You want to turn on that overhead light. Hey guys, welcome back. Have to see how things go tonight. I see somebody jumped in. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Go ahead and chat and say something, and we'll have some fun. Maybe. Never know. Oh, got a bunch more people. So yeah, we don't have really any topic tonight. Just gonna roll with it. Usually about an hour, something like that. 45 minutes. We'll see how things go. Goes a lot better if you guys go ahead and type something into that little box down there and click the arrow, and it shows up on my feed here, and we can talk back and forth. Uh, doesn't work very well if I'm just chatting because, well, I'm kind of boring. I'm old. So let's see. Was on call last weekend, so no new videos. Didn't shoot anything, I should say. Editor's got a bunch of footage that she's working on, getting ready to post up for the coming weeks. Uh, got one good thing last weekend. We first uh, NCAA champion UMD Bulldogs men's hockey game last weekend, so got to go to that. My beautiful Fridays and Saturday nights. How about you guys? What do you guys do on your Friday and Saturday nights besides hang out in the shop? I know what you do on Tuesday nights. You hang out with me. So, yeah, once again, nobody's saying anything, so it's going to get boring. Really, it works much better if you guys, interact here. It's otherwise it's just me babbling on about nothing in my wife's snide comments. Peanut Gallery's being quiet at the moment, so.
They gotta warm up.
So let's see what else went on this week, or I should say since last Tuesday. Build-up project that I'm working on, it's coming along very well. Finished the drywall sanding today and started priming, so we're right on track with that. Be done with it here in uh, about a week, maybe a week and a couple days. Yes, yeah. Got the Modine heater. The video on that's coming out very soon, sometime in the next month or so. Got that installed in the basement last weekend, and works beautifully. So basement's warm for the first time in 8 years. The basement's never been warm since we bought the house. And I went down there today when I got home from work, and it was 74 down there. So I got to still got to wire in thermostatic control for the fan unit on it. Otherwise, it runs off the boiler. It's a Modine hot water heater. So got that installed, and according to my wife, it's working way too well. So it's too warm in the house, but make a huge difference when it gets really cold out. Having the basement warm versus and not having there's no insulation between the basement and the first floor, so all that heat will be coming up and joining us. So that's always good. Warm. So what do you guys want to talk about? I see we're down to one person in here right now, so uh, and once again, it works better if you guys interact and say something. Um, and there's always the super chat is active, but with one person in here, I wouldn't even bother. So last week we had a good live stream on Tuesday. There were 4 or 5 people chatting away, so that keeps things interesting, keeps things moving. Uh, should have the Toolcat back in the shop here in about a week. Gonna go through the hydraulic lines and pump and filters and do all that stuff and get that unit ready for winter. Um, So the 2015 GMC, the new work truck, it's been having an issue filling, and the other day the check engine light came on, so I pulled up the scanner and checked it, and it was an evap code. So a little research, I understand that the charcoal canister that does the evap out while you're filling, so it keeps shutting off the pump. And so I've got to do that this weekend. I'm going to shoot some video of that. But that seems to be the most likely cause. It doesn't seem to be the servo that controls it. It's the evap canister itself. So go ahead and get that fixed and get some video of that for you. Let's see. Gonna try and tackle another job this weekend. See if I get to it. There's if you go back to well, maybe. And then we had raccoon family move into the attic and came through the ceiling. So we had raccoon in the garage. Get that all buttoned back up before winter and get the insulation there fixed so we can get the heat turned on in the shop. It's starting to get a little cool up here at night, in the high 30s, low 40s at night. So gonna have to get that fixed up so we can get that heat on in the shop before too long. I usually try and turn that heat on around this time every year. Because it's in slab, I don't want that slab to drop down, get too cold before I turn the heat on, because then the boiler has to run to bring that slab up to temperature. And cheaper just to get it up to temperature, or keep it at temperature rather than try to heat it up. So I got that to look forward to. I gotta remember tomorrow to call the propane company and get them out there. I believe their delivery date in the area the shop is in is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I didn't do it yesterday, so I got to do it tomorrow and get the propane filled up, so you can turn the heat on. So I know the tank's getting kind of low. I think it was down around 15% last time I checked it, and of course the boiler's not on, so it's not using anything, but it's just kind of sitting there. Oh, we got somebody else jumped in here. Go ahead and just waiting for people to ask some questions, make some comments so we can interact. So please do. Go ahead and type something in, and it'll show up over here, and we'll be able to have a conversation. And I guess my wife has MEA weekend off.
To help close up the cabin.
Okay, she's gonna actually come out and help close it up. I think I'm gonna do the water lines this week. If not this weekend, then it has to be done the following weekend for sure, before the water lines freeze up. The only lines that I leave on are the shop lines. They're winterized, so and then the boiler in the shop also heats the pump house and keeps the pump house from freezing up. So that's the other reason I got to get the boiler on. So I don't want the pump house freezing up and doing damage in there. That's never a good thing. So let's see what else is going on. Made a few posts over on the Instagram account. That's Wood and Metal Workshop on Instagram as well. Today I was one of the chores for today I posted up there was getting 6 rooftop high vac units set up for winter. Changed the filters and got the filters all changed out and got all the units fired up. So that's always a fun chore this time of year. I've only got about 20 more to check, something like that, 22, something like that on one of the other buildings. Go ahead and check all those and make sure they're all operating properly before winter hits. So let's see. Don't know what else to talk about because nobody's asking anything. That stupid Apple Play update popped up on my screen. Had to go ahead and cancel that because it eats away at the speed of the laptop. So don't want anything interrupting us last night our power was out for about 3 hours. I don't know exactly what happened. I tried to find out today, and just the only thing the news had on there was that there were some lines down. But we lost power for 3.5 hours, something like that. So it's always fun sitting around in the dark by flashlight.
And then cutting down trees and.
Oh yeah, somebody at 2 a.m. was outside running running a chainsaw. I don't know if that was the power company or City Works or somebody was doing some cleanup at 2 a.m. That's always fun to be woken up by a chainsaw at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Especially not wielded by a mass murderer.
Yeah, no chainsaw massacre here, at least not that I know of. I think that would have been on the news. It would have popped up on my phone, I think, if somebody was running around with a chainsaw killing people. So speaking of chainsaws, well, I guess there's only one person in here, but if anybody else wants to jump into the comments at any point after they see this, go ahead and let me know what they think of those the cordless chainsaws. I know you guys all know that I use Rigid Tools. That's the battery platform that I've chosen to use, and they don't have a chainsaw yet, but I imagine they will be adding one to their lineup. They've been adding a lot of good tools over the last year, especially the last year. They've added a lot of stuff. A couple things that I want to get and add to the collection, and but I just don't know how, the cordless chainsaw. I just don't know. Cordless electric chainsaw, I should say, because regular chainsaws, they're cordless. They got an engine. But I don't know how well they work, and if they'd. Usually, what I'm doing at work is just light trimming. Nothing too heavy. Most of the time, I use the cordless sawzall with the pruning blade on it to do that kind of stuff, and it works pretty good. So, I'd be interested to find out if cordless chainsaw would be something that I should add to the arsenal or not. So, if anybody's used one, has one, let me know what you think about it. Oh, we're up to 3 people now, and still nobody's saying anything. Oh, back down to 2. So, yeah, so this works much better if you guys go ahead and type into the little box down there, and we kind of interact instead of me just jabbering away. Besides, I get bored when it's just jabbering away. I've been jabbering away now for 13 and a half minutes. So I see I've got a like. Well, that was good. So I didn't notice when that popped up. So whoever liked live stream, thank you very much. And once again, thanks to everybody who for coming in and joining in and listening to me babble away. Let's see. Now we're down to 1 person again. And still nobody said anything.
Don't get them.
Yeah.
They're just shy. Did the last of our lawn mowing.
Yeah, had her. That's kind of funny. Lawn care is one of the things I do at work. I try to avoid it as much as possible because I hate mowing grass. I know a lot of guys love it. I grew up doing it, did it for money for many, many years, and I just don't enjoy mowing lawns anymore. So we actually hired somebody to mow our lawn this year. Needed to either get a new small mower for home because the Ariens is just too big for doing our yard here, or could have I would have had to go out and buy one and whatnot. And I looked at the mowers that I liked, and we have our lawn mowed about 10 times a year, every 2 weeks. Maybe it's 12 times, something like that. Yeah, and I figured, you know what? It's just one more engine I don't have to take care of. It's one more chore I don't have to do. It frees up some more time for me to do other stuff. We'll just pay somebody to mow the grass this year. And it worked out really well. He did a really, really good job. In fact, a better job than I typically do on it because I'm just trying to get it done. Allergy time too around here, so we're all suffering from stuffy noses and whatnot. So, which reminds me, I need to go get a flu shot here pretty soon. I recommend everybody go out and get a flu shot. Most insurance covers it, and it'd be good to have that flu shot, and make sure you don't get the flu this winter.
Or give it.
Or like my wife said, get it so you don't have it, so you don't pass it along to somebody else. She's a hairstylist, and she's dealing with people coming in all the time with flu, and coworkers who get it and come to work anyways, and just not any fun. Doing snow removal, I really don't want to have the flu because you got to go out doing snow removal. You got to do it no matter how you feel. So that's always the joy. So, well, guys, since nobody's joining in, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short tonight. And the one person who's in here, thanks for hanging out with me and for a little while. And go ahead and we'll be back next Tuesday night between. You start this up between 8 and 9. All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Shane, that